Yo, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Terrifier 3 week, everybody. Are you excited? Are you ready to go see it? Are you gonna go see it? How many times are you gonna go see it? Or do you even care at all that it's coming out? Me personally, the first one I really enjoyed. Second one, I was kind of on the opposite side of the tracks on that one. I didn't think it was as great as everybody thought it was. And then this one, I am pumped for this one. Okay, the trailers got me pretty pumped to see it. Now that I've got two and the gore and what they bring to the table in mind, now I'm going to go into three, a little bit more of an open mind. However, I do like gore in my kills, but Terrifier takes it to the other level. And they kind of linger on everybody's kill for a long time. And that's not really my thing. I do love creative kills, but the lingering part, not really my thing. So that's kind of why I on the opposite side of the tracks when it comes to Terrifier. But yep, hopefully I'll be able to go see it this weekend. The wife has never seen any of them, so I got to watch 1 and 2 with her. And I said, "Are you sure you really want to watch them? Because you don't have to." She's like, "Why are they scary?" I was like, "Hell no, they ain't scary. They're just fucking disgusting." But she wants to watch them, so I guess we're gonna do it. Oh shit! Look at Art pissed off at me, knocking over my lights and shit. Way to go, Art. But tonight, we're talking Halloween. Surprise, surprise, it's October. Taking a break from the 31 days of Slashtober. Tonight, that will return next week. Monday, I think, with Davey Deathray for the Slasher 16. But tonight, going to do a Halloween franchise tier ranking where I'm going to have my say. My fantastic guest is going to have his say. And if we disagree, that's when it goes to you guys in the chat. You guys will help us decide where it's going to go. And my guest tonight, first time on the channel, been a huge fan of his channel. Just discovered it about 2 months ago, I'd say. Been watching it ever since. He is awesome, awesome, awesome. His channel's blowing up. It's insane. It's Matt from Mad Blood. So you get 2 Matts tonight. Matt, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, man? First of all, 2 things. I got to say 2 things, first of all. Thank you for having me on the show. Appreciate it. Great to be with you. Fan of your channel as well. Thanks for the kind words. Second thing, though, I have to give you a congratulations. Okay. The Denver Broncos, 3-2 on the season. I mean, there were a lot of haters going into the season. Last season was a shit show, right? Russell Wilson doing his thing. This is a sports podcast, right? This is a sports show, right? We're going to talk about sports the whole time.
Sports
Sorry, guys.
All day. We're ranking the teams.
We've canceled the Halloween segment. We're ranking the teams. Yep.
The tier ranking of teams. It's going to be incredible.
But congrats, man.
Thank you.
3-2, not bad.
Didn't see it coming. I mean, I did like Bo Nix when we drafted him. That's who I wanted to get. Obviously, he's progressing game by game. The defense is, I don't know what level they're on, but they're on a level. And as long as they keep playing like that, we got a shot. We got a good chance. So I think the only bad thing is once you get noticed, then it's a little different. So I like being the underdog and people not really caring. But I feel good. I feel good after 5 weeks of football to be 3-2 in the playoff bracket as of now, which is way too early, but it's mind blowing. So I'll take it.
In that division, yeah, that's great. I'm a Niner fan, so it's been rough. It's been an injury-filled season. We're 2-3 though.
Is McCaffrey gonna play ever, or is he just gonna be out the whole season?
Oh God, I hope not. Apparently November. We're looking at November. So if he can come back in November and he's healthy, I mean, obviously we'll be in good shape. So
I don't know why I thought you were a Chiefs fan. I don't know why the hell I thought that.
Oh, the Chiefs. Jeez, I wish I was from Kansas City. That would be too easy, man.
I'm glad you're not a Chiefs
fan. Pain free right now. Like they are just rolling.
Yeah, they're 5-0, but when I watch their games, they don't look like they should be 5-0. They don't really play that good, to be honest. But when you got Patrick Mahomes and the black and white striped guys, sometimes you're going to win some games. You know what I'm saying? But it's what it is.
They do get a lot of calls, a lot of pass interference calls. Before we get into Halloween, they get a lot. They keep throwing that over the top pass, and then their receivers know how to sell it.
Yeah.
Like if they get touched, they just go down every time, and it's a flag every time. So
bullshit.
Just remove the football. We'll just play that way. but yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Love Halloween, so
of course
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on. Obviously, like I said, been a big fan of your channel ever since I discovered it. So Anytime I can bring on somebody new that's ever been on before that I personally enjoy, I will try to do it. So glad I could have you on. Really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come on here and hang out and talk some Halloween.
Oh yeah,
Um,
man.
by the way, like obviously I commented on it, but your Terrifier 2 video, I was right there with you. It's nice to find somebody who has similar tastes when it comes to Terrifier 2, because everyone's like, "You're a slasher guy. I thought that'd be like one of your favorite movies ever," and I was like, "It's fine. It's fine. It's good, but."
We could do an hour on Terrifier 2 or Terrifier just in general. I heard you talking about it in the intro. Got me thinking. So you prefer the first
I
over the
do, which
second.
is probably, I don't know if there's actually a lot of people in that camp, but yeah, I prefer the first one.
What's your reason?
I don't know why. I don't know. I think the first one was actually scarier. I think the second one just got too goofy and zany and literally balls to the walls, that it kind of took away the scare factor for me of Art the Clown. But
Well, the setting
and
is definitely scarier at that apartment
dude,
building, like that
grimy and
abandoned, like yeah,
gritty.
dirty. That the woman with the baby, like that was pretty scary too.
The hell was that? And he killed her, didn't he? I thought that was like gonna be like his friend. I'm pretty sure he killed her. I
Yeah, I'm
think.
trying to
I don't
remember.
watch it too
Did he?
often, so I don't
Chat?
know.
Let us know, chat. You guys would know.
They would know more than me. I think I've seen the first one twice. I've seen the second one once. So it's not a movie I
Yeah,
rewatched.
it's kind of crazy. Yeah, what do you think about the whole? All right, people are passing out in the theater. People are
So
leaving to throw up. So,
they
so did we interview these people? Does anyone
yeah, how do
any
they know this?
confirmation on this? Is this real? You know,
It, like
D-
is it people that never seen a horror movie before? Maybe I can
and these are
understand maybe that.
premieres.
I don't I don't understand. Was
Yeah.
that like UK like banned it in some theaters or made it 18 plus? I saw too. Like I heard it's not any more gory than the second one was. So I don't really, but the second one I guess didn't get a wide of a release as this one's gonna get. So maybe that's
Yeah.
why.
The weird
Um
thing too is it's a premiere. So this
mhm.
isn't like a general movie going
Yeah.
audience. There's not going to be like a random dude just showing up like, "Oh, I saw a commercial with this clown. Let me
Hmm.
go check out the movie." These people know what they're expecting. They've
Yes.
probably seen the second one, maybe not. But I think also I'd have to confirm it, but Darren from the Slaughtered Lamb, I think he was I'm pretty sure he was at the premiere
I think he was too.
in England with his wife, and I don't think he says nobody. I don't think anyone was throwing up or anything like that. A couple people left to go like pee, but
That's what
there was no recollection of any puking or fainting. So not sure. I'm not sure about all that, but
we're gonna have to
yeah,
we're gonna have to see for ourselves, I guess. I'm gonna try if I can squeeze it in this weekend. I'd like to go see it on Saturday, but I don't get to go to the movies too often, so we'll see. Probably we'll see how it goes.
yeah, it
Um,
gets a little wild with the kids, man. I know.
yeah, I mean, the oldest is old enough to watch the rest, but at the same time, I know my phone's probably going to be going off, or my wife's phone's going to be going off while we're in there. So then you got to worry what they're doing. So we'll see. Hopefully. But before we get started in the Halloween tier list, tell the folks who don't know you exactly, like why you started a YouTube channel, what your channel's all about, and just pretty much just about you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, come on over for some mediocre horror content.
Classic.
And no, but yeah, I started this channel about a year ago in July of last year. I started the channel. I'd actually been involved with like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that before that.
Mhm.
But it was mainly like I started that when my wife was in school a million years ago. And that was mainly kind of like gaming content and things like that, hanging out, live streaming on Twitch, talking about, video games, movies, sports, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
got a little bit of experience there. And then when my kids were born, had to kind of give that up. And then decided recently, I was like, man, like there's not a lot of like good games coming out. I'm getting older. Like it's kind of getting a little bit more boring.
Yeah.
Um, and at the time I was definitely watching a lot of horror content. Just a lot of great channels. I mean, as you know, like there's so many good content creators, and
Mhm.
we've had some great years over the last few years of just movies coming out. And I was also thinking to myself, like, this would be a damn fun thing to do on YouTube because you're constantly getting horror movies that are coming out. So you're always getting new content. there's always the old content you can talk about, which is fun. I've been a horror fan forever. My parents were pretty strict about horror movies, but I would always go over to my friend Jeff's house, right down the street. We'd go over there, and we all have that friend, you know what I mean, where their parents
Mhm.
are like, they got
Do
everything.
whatever you
They've
want.
got
Yeah.
every console, every movie. His parents would just go upstairs. We're going to bed, and we would just, we could watch anything we want. Um, and he had older brothers, so they're introducing us to shit, randomly. Like Jason, Freddy versus Jason would come on and blow my mind, or whatever. But yeah, always been a horror fan. So on my channel, a mix of a lot of different things. I don't just focus on one particular movie or franchise. I mean, there's a lot of Halloween content on my channel, definitely, but it's a mix of everything. I've kind of slowed away from covering all of the new releases.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot more of, like, I'll cover them if it's a movie I think is like, if I watch it, I'm like, holy shit, I want to talk about this movie,
Mhm.
then I'll definitely talk about it. I'll definitely be talking about Terrifier 3, I'm sure. At some point. I won't be able to see it this weekend, though. I'm like you. I won't be able to see it this weekend, unfortunately. I'll actually be at Disney, though. So
Lucky.
it's gonna be kind of wild. I don't know how it's gonna go, but it should be fun. Like the whole October. I've never done the October Disney thing,
Mhm.
so that should be fun. But yeah, lately I've been doing a lot of franchise stuff. I've got a Blair Witch franchise video coming out soon. What else? Another Halloween video coming out soon, talking about the ups and downs of the resurrection timeline, which is a wild one. That'll be a
Yeah.
fun one. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Come hang out.
Awesome. So
Yeah,
if you're
man.
not subscribed, link is down in the description box below. Go give him a sub. He does awesome shit. Been
You'll
watching him
probably
for
regret it. But
hey,
hey,
if they watch this mediocre content, then they're definitely gonna love yours. So just go ahead.
for sure.
And that's why I loved your videos from Rotten Tomatoes whenever you're doing the rankings for those. So I was like, shit, I want to try that. And then the one video I did, then I got a comment and was like, I think I just saw this on Mad Blood's channel, question mark. I was like, I know. I told him I was doing this and I tagged him in it. I was like, I know I didn't come up with it. I didn't get it. I mean, there's a
There's
million of them on YouTube. So
there's no stealing content. It's like, what is somebody going to start saying? Well, you did a tier list ranking of the Friday the 13th franchise. That was my idea. Like,
I did it first, damn it.
yeah, I
Yeah,
did it first 19 years ago.
Everybody.
Uh,
I mean, same shit kind of circulates. Just obviously different channels got different flavors, different styles about doing videos and talking. So it's not really the same thing, even though it is the same thing. So
yeah, your
ain't a big deal.
personality is the difference, right? Like
Yeah.
your own little flavor. So yeah, it's all good. Yeah,
All
I
right,
watched that
guys.
video. That was a fun one. It's a fun one to cover. The Rotten Tomatoes critics are pretty wild.
They
You
hate
guys-
almost everything for the most part.
especially horror. Yeah, they absolutely do not like horror.
No. And then the movies they do give high scores, you're questioning why they gave them high scores.
Oh,
Like when you did Child's Play and the later sequels got higher reviews than the earlier ones. And I was like, I don't understand this, but I guess.
yeah, I'm trying to remember if they loved the reboot. I forget, but they ranked the newer ones first. Child's Play 2 was ranked
Yeah.
terribly, which is my favorite movie in the
Shocked me.
franchise.
Mine too.
Great movie, yeah. But yeah, it's a wild time. But those are fun. So, but yeah, thanks for everybody for joining tonight.
Thank you, guys. All right, let me pull
hell
up
yeah.
the tier. That's not where do I want? That's one is over there. There we
Somebody's
go.
birthday in the chat. Nice.
I did see that. Let me see.
Happy birthday, Z. Happy birthday, Z.
Zodiac Z. Happy
got
birthday, man.
Davey
Happy
Deathray in the
birthday.
chat. What up, Davey?
What's up, Lamantra? Zodiac Z. Rosie, my darling. How's it going? Raymond, what's up? Ashton, I know you're a Patriots fan. Ugh, not good to be you right now.
They ate enough over the last 20 years.
Yeah, that's a good point. They got enough Super Bowls.
Yeah, they can save some for us.
Or the Chiefs, whoever. Or the Vikings, who are 5-0 and it's fucking mind blowing. But they're killing it. Good for them. What? It's not keeping up. Oh, this chat's messed up. There we go. Herbert, what's up? Big Rod, Happy Crotimus, what's going on? Johnny, Brooke, Jamie, welcome in everybody. Herbert, what's going on, buddy? We're talking Halloween franchise tier ranking. And we're gonna kick this bitch off with well, first off, let me give you it obviously goes from best to worst. We got The Devil's Eyes as best, Double Scoops, followed by Purely and Simply Evil, followed by You Don't Know What Death Is, followed by You Really Don't Know Much About Halloween. From Halloween 3 for anybody that doesn't watch that movie. Just saying. That's what it's from. All right. So let's start the bitch off with Halloween Resurrection. Now I know you actually have a soft spot for Resurrection, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be interesting to see where this one lands. When it first came out, I loved it. It was the first one I saw in theater, so of course I had an affection towards it. Yeah, I'm not gonna rewatch this movie. I don't rewatch this movie. I don't enjoy this movie. Myers' performance is fine. The mask is fine. I'd say the opening is probably the best part of the movie. And I'm not one of those people that hates Busta Rhymes either. I don't hate him in this movie. How he beats Michael up. He's a big dude, so I mean, I could technically see it. So I don't know why people don't understand that. But overall, I would never watch this, even in a marathon. Only time I watch it is if it's on Fear Fest. So me personally, I would put it at the bottom. And you really don't know much about Halloween. I need to know what you think.
Whew. All right. I mean, no, I agree with you. Like Busta Rhymes, I don't have a problem with Busta Rhymes kind of beating up Michael a little bit in Resurrection. When I think about it, Michael still kicks his ass. If you think of it, like some people try to compare Busta Rhymes with Halloween Ends as far as the disrespect with Michael Myers, which in my opinion is just not true because, yes, in both movies, Michael gets his ass kicked a little bit, but Michael beats Busta Rhymes at the end. Busta just kind of pretends like he's knocked out and then tricks him and then, shocks the balls and then you go from there. So I don't mind it too much. Like you said, yeah, Busta, he's a bigger guy, but yeah, Dangertainment, baby. I mean, for me, Resurrection is a funny one because it's kind of like I feel like if you were a little older than me or quite a bit younger, you would definitely hate it. But I definitely grew up in that era of like MTV Real World, the peak of like of what is it called? But American Pie. You got maybe a little found footage, Blair Witchy kind of stuff in there. They were definitely grabbing a little bit from everything in this movie. But all that stuff kind of tossed. You even have an actor from American Pie in the movie,
You do.
I think he plays Kevin in American Pie. I don't remember his name in real life, but you got all that kind of thrown in a blender. Is the movie a masterpiece? No, definitely not. No way. It is crazy that Rick Rosenthal directed the movie. It's like you went from this to that. Crazy, man. You must have had a hell of a life in between there.
And he was in it.
Was he in it?
I think he was the professor, I think, at the college.
Oh, okay. Yeah, towards the beginning. With Resurrection, probably the worst final girl in the franchise.
Oh, yeah.
She's just boring, She's just like, she doesn't do anything. She doesn't have any personality. She's just kind of there.
This is for Jim.
Yeah. Lori definitely looks stupid in the intro. I don't hate the intro, but she looks stupid just like going for the mask, that whole thing, It's like Michael's hands are right there. He's gonna grab you, But but I think the intro is pretty good. It's got some creepiness. The guards get massacred. That's fun. The mask, like you said, the mask is pretty good. Not bad. Not too bad. But oh man, not to talk about this one for too long. I mean, we could go for an hour on Resurrection. This is a wild one, but I would put Resurrection at You Don't Know What Death Is. I would put it there. Yeah. Okay. I don't hate it as much as you though.
We're going with the pool right off the bat. Let's go. Then we can talk about the next one while the chat decides this one. Wow. I didn't mean to start with Resurrection first, but there it is.
That's okay. What they should have done with Resurrection, though, because the movie is obviously supposed to be silly. They should. Yeah. What do you think, chat? They should have made the kills. I know it's Halloween, and we're used to just having knife kills. It's pretty simple. But I mean, it's Resurrection. They should have made the kills crazy, in my opinion. Like we should have gotten some wild kills. The kills are just kind of okay, you know. That one girl
Yeah.
getting her head cut off at the top of the stairs, that's like kind of funny, but not great.
Yeah, funny, I guess, would be the word, huh? You can see it's like a mannequin, so
Yeah.
unfortunately. Let me pop it in. All right. It's in the chat. Vote where you think it should go. Is it bottom level, bottom tier? Or is it you don't know what death is, one step above bottom tier? Well, we'll move on to the next one. Hopefully it doesn't need a pull as well, but we'll see. Next up, we have Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Producer's cut, theatrical cut, doesn't really matter to me. I prefer the producer's cut. I know that's in the minority as well. But the perfect cut is mixed together, obviously, because if you go with the producer's cut, you don't get the cool head explosion kill, which is like the best kill in the movie. They kind of
One of the
water that
best in the
down.
franchise.
So good. The music's different in the producer's cut too, more of the traditional Halloween compared to the rock star Halloween. So pretty much based on flavor, but the story for the most part is pretty much the same. Myers in this one, George P. and I think Michael A. Lerner, I think, played the other one. He's fine. It's good to have a little bit of that consistency with your Myers since it was a second time. Final girl, what was her name? Kara Strode. She was fine. Nothing to write home about. Tommy Doyle, obviously played by the great Paul Rudd. People don't like his performance. I think it's quirky and fun, and it's Paul Rudd, so of course it's going to be good, even if it sucks. Last one of Donald Pleasance, obviously. Dr. Loomis is fantastic in the limited, role he did have. And the kills were brutal. One of the most brutal Myers we've had until now, obviously. James Jude Courtney is probably more brutal than that one. But for me, in the fall atmosphere is fantastic in The Curse. Probably one of the best in the franchise. And the Myers house looks more like the Myers house than it did in Halloween 5. So that's a plus as well. So good there. So for me, I'd probably put it in purely and simply evil for me.
Yeah, Curse is I agree, the fall vibes are on point. The whole movie is kind of like an orangish look to it. I feel like you said, great kill with John Strode, the head explosion kill. One of the best in the franchise, in my opinion. Great, yeah, really, really a lot of fun. The whole the whole like Jamie situation, like, her age, does she look like she's actually that age? No, she looks way older. The whole birth thing gets a little bit weird. When she shows up at the bus station, that whole situation, she goes on the phone, and if I remember correctly, she doesn't tell anybody where she is.
No,
She talks
doesn't.
to the radio station and then just says some shit and then hangs up. She doesn't say, I need some help. I'm at the bus station, whatever.
Dr. Loomis, are you out there?
Yeah. Very much retired. I think that's what they say. But yeah, Michael has some good kills. I agree with what you said. He's pretty brutal in this movie, without a doubt. I think the mask is kind of mid-tier to me, I would say. One thing with Michael in this movie is at times he kind of looks puffy,
Yeah, a little
like
bit.
he kind of looks like he's wearing a diaper or something in some moments, which is a little bit funny. But I mean, it's not bad. You kind of laugh at it a little bit. This movie's also obsessed with the jump scares every 5 minutes. Like every time somebody says hi to somebody, like, "Hey, man!" And like, dun, dun, dun. All right, relax.
You're not wrong.
I do really like the fact that they ended the movie though at Smith's Grove. Like that's cool. I like that. I think we need more of that in the franchise. But in the end, the movie's called Halloween. Great Halloween vibes, I think, throughout. I would agree. I think you had it at purely and simply evil, and I would put Curse in the same spot. Yeah.
All righty, I'll move that one up, and boom. And then I think the poll I'm going to end next. That's pretty much decided. And
what is
Halloween Resurrection, we have 59% say you don't know what death is to 41%. So It's going in your
Damn,
spot.
you guys are smart.
Damn it. That shocked me.
What a smart, sexy chat.
They don't. Yeah, you guys are cool. You guys are great. Thank you. Thanks, Davey, for dropping in Matt's link to his channel down in the chat. Appreciate that, buddy. So if
Thanks,
you
man.
didn't subscribe before, go do it again. All right. What do we got next? Okay.
Ooh.
Personal favorite for me. We're
Ooh.
going Halloween Ends. And the chat already knows how I feel about this one. So I'll let you go first on Halloween Ends.
Damn, and you already said it was a personal favorite too.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, okay, we're going here. This is gonna get a little wild, I guess.
Oh,
This is
man.
gonna get a little wild. I mean, okay, the junkyard scene, that whole situation, that's a great time. Really enjoy that. The music is incredible. Some of the kills in Ends are fun, definitely. The radio station, that's fun. The tongue. I mean, that's one of those where you're in the theater laughs. Everybody gets a
Yeah.
reaction out of that kill. That was fun. Great mask once again. I mean, it's basically the same mask from all three movies in the DGG. So that's really good. James Jude Courtney's really good. Of course, I wish they would have introduced Corey earlier in the three movies, but we all know they had no idea what they were doing with the third movie. Like that script came out of nowhere. So that would have been really cool. That would have brought the movie up a notch for me if they introduced Corey. Just even in 2018, I was talking about this on another channel recently, and it was like at maybe the dance. If it would have ran into Corey at the dance and just kind of had like a little interaction with him, that would have been fun. That would have made things make a little bit more sense. The movie looks good. The soundtrack's really cool. I like the font from Halloween 3, in the intro and all that. That's fun. That's definitely cool for me. Yeah, Ends is a wild one without question. Is it in my top 5 in the franchise? Personally, no. I get it though when people do have it really high in their franchise because there's some stuff to like here. But shit, man, Halloween Ends. It's a crazy one. It doesn't make any sense in my opinion when you compare it to the other 3 movies in the trilogy that they made. There's a lot of disrespect on Myers on this one. I also think, Myers, we've come to know, has been such a badass in the franchise, almost an unstoppable force. And this old woman is kicking his ass. Don't love that. Also, a kid who's getting bullied by band geeks is also kicking his ass. I don't love that either. He's jizzing in his pants. I actually like when Myers does that. That's an enjoyable part of the movie for me. I prefer my Halloween movies to be X-rated.
Yep.
So the Myers it jizzed in my pants. That's fun. No, but I don't really have too much of a problem with that. I actually the one thing I do want to mention about Halloween Ends though, before I wrap it up, I'm going too long-winded probably here, but
you're good.
I think I've talked about this before, but I think Laurie's arc in Halloween Ends and Halloween 2018 should have been switched because in Halloween 2018, where's Myers? Myers is locked up. Laurie knows exactly where he is. He's not hurting anybody. I mean, maybe he's fucking somebody up on the, who's looking at him wrong in there, but he's not doing anything. And Laurie is on red alert. She's training, getting ready for World War III. Whereas in Halloween Ends, that's kind of a problem I have with the movie is Myers he could be in her backyard for all she knows. And she's saying, show your tits to trauma. I'm going to make some apple pie and we're going to enjoy this Halloween. Okay. While Myers is over here killing poor homeless people, probably. He's probably eating them. Who knows, right?
He has to be.
I feel like it should have been flipped. Once again, with the whole DGG trilogy, and we'll talk about that more as we get into 2018 and Kills, but technically the movies are very good. They look great. The music is amazing.
It is.
The kills are on point, in the movies too. They're done really well, but like the creative stuff, sometimes I'm like, what? It just doesn't make any sense. So where would I have Halloween Ends? Man, do I want to link it up there with Resurrection?
Mm-hmm.
I know you have it at the top. It sounds like. Oh man, Halloween ends. Halloween ends. I actually really like the Corey character. You know what I mean? I think
He's
I forget
good.
his name off the top of my head, but he's a good actor. I think what he does is good. I'd put ends for now at man. That's a hard one. Purely and simply evil. I think for Halloween ends. So we
Okay,
disagree. So we're gonna be
that's fair. Yes, we
hitting
do.
up the polls again.
Yep, this is going straight to a poll. I am the Devil's Eyes. I love it that much. Moment I watched it, loved it immediately. My wife was like, "You don't, what did you think?" I was like, "I loved it." She was like, "You did?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." Corey Cunningham. I just like the character that much. I like the intro was different than anything we've seen before in a Halloween movie. Um, the Michael stuff we did get, I really did enjoy. Um, Especially the cave scene when he's having an erection and horny as shit. I love that scene. Uh, it's good. The music playing alongside that, chef's kiss. But the music throughout all three of these movies is fantastic. And I'm a DGG lover, not a hater. So I liked all three, even though I didn't like Kills in the beginning, but I came around. But I'm a huge fan of the trilogy and ends. Did it wrap up it nicely? Hell no. Did it make any sense? Not really. Not at all. But did you ever kill a homeless man while there's a McDonald's sign in the back? No, you didn't. So don't worry about it. But Corey did. So yeah, I like it. And then he's sucking Corey down in the hole and he just keeps him. That didn't sound good, but he puts him in the hole
Yeah, they
for
were
a
playing
while.
They were definitely playing Glory Hole in that.
Yeah. The deleted scenes would have been nice that they have of Corey in the cave to see what he was doing. It would have made it a little bit more sense. But overall, I just really, really love this movie. And I don't know. I just love it a lot. The kills are great. Junkyard scene is fantastic. A lot of cool kills. So yeah, I'm gonna
I
put
mean, in the end, just getting a Halloween movie
yes.
is dope as hell.
Doesn't matter. You're right. So I'm gonna put since you were purely and simply evil and I'm the devil's eyes, I will put three. I'll put all the top three in the chat. That way, in case they don't agree with either one of us, it can go into double scoops. So uh,
Ashton said he sucked Corey down a what?
he yeah, he sucked him all right, I guess. You leave him alone. Michael's lonely. He hasn't had
Well, if you
anything in years.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they had a bromance for sure. I mean, if you go back and watch that whole when they murdered the doctor and the nurse, like Corey's leaning on that window. Like I'm pretty sure he's got one hand on the window and then the other hand on his nipple. And he's just like, "Yeah,
I think
Michael, you stick her up like Bob. Do that."
who's Bob? Who's Bob? I know.
Yeah, I know,
Michael
right?
knows who Bob is. Michael knows who Bob is.
You're damn right. Well,
Um,
Corey knows too through telekinesis because
I forgot.
they're like
Forgot
brothers from another mother.
the pure evil in his eyes. Okay, so while that one's loading up in the chat, we will go to the next one, which is Halloween H20. And now this is obviously a hit or miss for a lot of people. So, um, H2O, I remember watching it on a burnt VHS tape when it first came out at my friend's house because they had a video store and they just burn a copy of it. So I remember watching it. Um, I mean, I knew what Halloween was, obviously, but I wasn't the biggest fan that I am like now. But I adored Halloween H2O. Josh Hartnett's great. It's good. Laurie Strode is back. Jamie Lee Curtis's performance might be her best one in the franchise for her. Obviously the performance from Myers it's fine. Chris Durand, pretty cool dude. The kills are weak, very weak. Soundtrack, Scream soundtrack mixed with Halloween occasionally. But that doesn't bother me because I'm a huge Scream fan as well. So the fact that Halloween went a little Screamish doesn't really bother me personally. And I always had this one top three in the franchise. And unfortunately, the more and more I watch it, kind of drifts back a little bit for me. It still holds the nostalgia, but overall, I I can't say that I enjoy it 100%. Obviously, the mask issue is terrible. Not one of them was any good. In the CGI one, of course, we already know. Could have filmed that scene without anything and just showed it over his shoulder or whatever, but they chose to use the CGI one. LL Cool J is cool. I liked him in the movie. The cast is great, but the more and more it just drops down to the middle for me. I probably put H2O for me in purely and simply evil.
Okay. Yeah, so it's lost a little bit for you over the years.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't want it to, but every time I watch it, I'm kind of just like, it's fine.
Yeah, I get it. It's lost a little bit for me, I think, over the years as well. Not a lot, probably not as much as you, but a little bit for me, definitely. And a lot of it has to do with the kills because the kills are a little underwhelming, I would say. I
Yes.
mean, I do still like that kill when Laurie's, little boy toy gets killed and he's kind of like
Mhm.
shaking, like having kind of like a seizure, kind of like Kirk in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. But yeah, Halloween H2O, I like the whole Marco Beltrami music score. I don't know. When it kicks in with the credits and it kicks in when Laurie shuts the gate, smashes the code, yep, and then grabs the axe and walks up there and she's like, Michael! And it kicks in. Gives me goosebumps. I like the Scream inspiration I mean, some of my two favorite horror franchises ever, like having a baby together, like that sounds
That's it.
amazing. Um, yeah, I really like Halloween H2O. It is not everybody's cup of tea. A lot of people have this as, in their bottom 3 in the franchise, and I
Yeah,
get it. And the intro has some really good Halloween vibes to it. The
I
rest of
forgot
the
about the intro.
movie, yeah, the intro, like stabbing the jack-o'-lantern, the intro with the great good characters in the intro, legacy characters. We also get what's his name? Something Gordon Levitt.
Oh, Jordan. Yeah, Jordan Gordon. Yeah, wait.
Jason or something, Jason Gordon Levitt or something like that. But he's good. He's like gotten in trouble, already this week for whatever with the stick. That's fun. He gets and then he gets the skate in his face, which is
Makes
cool.
sense.
It's a great intro. I really like that intro a lot. But the rest of the movie, we don't get a lot of Halloween kind of feels because it's in
No,
California, right? But it is. I don't think H2O gets enough credit for the isolate. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Thank you,
that's
Brooke.
it.
You're awesome. I don't think H2O though gets enough credit for the isolation of the movie. It's very
Good point.
isolated. It's tucked away. It's like this I don't know how some people have open campuses like when they were in high school. When I was in high school, ours was locked down. Like we had a huge fence around it. It was just a
Mhm.
public school. But this campus is very locked down. I mean, they even have a guard out front. It just feels isolated and tucked away, which is different than
Mhm.
Haddonfield, where it's just you can go wherever in the neighborhood. Which I like that. I think that's really cool. The same house from Halloween 3, which is also awesome. Yeah, the two things that knock this movie down a little for me are, of course, I love the H2O mask, the one at the end when Laurie cuts his head off.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to remember, I think it's the same one when Laurie comes face to face with Michael in the door, in the circle window. I like that mask, but of course the masks in this, inconsistent, weird.
The alien one.
Yeah, and the CGI one and all that, like you already mentioned, not cool. But to wrap things up on H2O, I think this is probably the best Laurie in the franchise. You already mentioned that as well.
Yep.
Great Laurie. She's right about like late 30s. So she's not too old where it's like, wait, how is she kicking ass? And she's not too young where she's like, oh, like way too vulnerable and naive.
Mhm.
She's like at that sweet spot where she's kind of wise, but still able to kick ass. She's great in this movie. Really, really good. And then also, it is easily one of the best endings in the franchise to me.
True.
Laurie's like, fuck this. I am going to end this. She grabs the cop's gun, grabs the axe, takes off, cuts Michael's head off. The music kicks in. And I'm like, hell
That's it.
yeah. 6 to midnight, baby. Yeah, LL Cool J is also fun. He's fun. He's better. He's better than do I think he's better than Busta?
I do.
This is just as far as having like singers, rappers he's probably better than Busta. But yeah, man, H2O though, I would personally have H2O in The Devil's Eyes.
Wow.
Yes,
Damn.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I'll end the poll for Halloween Ends, which I lost terribly. Damn it. That,
I knew it. I knew
watch
it.
this over on his channel right now. Just get out of here. Scoot, skedaddle. Get the fuck out of Dodge.
You're all
All
banned.
right. Purely
What
and
happened with
simply
ends?
evil.
So
Halloween
it
ends.
ends was purely and simply evil. Okay. Yeah, I don't
And
think a lot of people are going to be with Devil's Eyes on that one.
no, now I got to put that in the chat and give it all 3 again.
Like Devil's Eyes, that's a little bit of a hot take.
A little bit. I was gonna raise it. You know what? You convinced me otherwise, though. I'm only gonna make this 1 out of 2. I'm gonna make it obviously the Devil's Eyes for what you picked, and I raised mine up to double scoops. I changed my mind,
Ooh, okay, all right.
so a little bit closer together. Dropped it in the chat, peeps. For H2O.
All right, go and vote, everybody.
Next up is the original Halloween 2. We each got the pumpkin, but we'll let you go first on Halloween 2.
The original? Okay. Yeah, I mean, man, Halloween 2. Probably, yeah, one of the perfect movies just in general to have on in October.
Mhm.
Like the Halloween feels are on point. What I also love about the original Halloween 2 is we get all these different perspectives of a serial killer situation in Haddonfield from other people. Like we see, I just imagine myself as like a kid. I went out trick or treating, had a great time, came home, dumped out my candy. My parents have the news on, and it's like, oh shit, there's somebody going ham in the neighborhood. Something crazy's happening. I can imagine that perspective. And then also we follow the perspective of the young girl who she's not young enough to go trick or treat. She's too old to go trick or treating, but she's too young to be handing out candy. So she's just kind of hanging out. Michael slaughters her. And then we also get the perspective of like everyone else, the cops in town, the people working at the hospital. I think the characters in Halloween 2 are some of the best in the franchise without question. I didn't even mention the characters in H2O, which are also great. But yeah, the characters in Halloween 2, like Bud, fucking hilarious. Love Bud. Uh, you know, I'm a huge Friday the 13th guy. Definitely one of my favorite horror franchises without question. So the
Mine too.
blend, that kind of inspiration where they take 1978, but they kick up the kills a little bit, hot tub kill, scalpel kill, just all the good stuff, right? The lighting also in Halloween 2, the original, is amazing. That cool shot of Michael coming underneath the red light outside of the
Oh.
hospital when he's approaching Lori, like, yeah, so good. And then he creeps out of the shadows to give the girl the needle in the temple. Like that's iconic as hell, man. It's also blood tears, the ending, right? Oh god, jeez. So good, man. Also just The Mask. A lot of
Yeah.
people consider 78 the best mask in the franchise. A lot of people consider that. The H2 mask is the 78 mask, but you could argue maybe scarier because it's more worn,
Meaner.
it looks meaner, it's like thicker, dirtier. It's just great. Yeah, and then the blood tier, you get that variation of it too, which is awesome. And Michael's just messing people up in this movie. What a great movie though. One of my favorite horror movies ever. So yeah, the original H2, I could talk about it forever, but it would be in The Devil's Eyes for me.
Another one. Devil's Eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a movie. Obviously, I loved it growing up. Kind of dropped down my ranking.
Damn.
Didn't appreciate it that much, and then I rewatch it every time, and then I'm like, why do I drop this down? It's fantastic. The music's still the same, just a little bit of the synth. Like you said, the stingers they keep putting in when Michael pops up under that red light, dong, and then he walks through the wind. He walks through the glass window like a boss. The whole third act is fantastic when he blows up and shit, and he's burning, and Dr. Loomis sacrifices himself. I mean, Lori obviously is out of the movie for the most part, which kind of the same thing as Halloween Kills when we get to there. I mean, she really didn't do much in either one of these movies.
Ooh, I didn't talk about the brother-sister timeline.
Oh yeah, and they're related, which people
How do
get
you feel
really
about that?
offended. I don't know. I didn't really pay any attention to it, to be honest, until YouTube and people complain about it. Which I mean, I don't really. Whatever. It is what it is, I guess.
Never bothered me.
It's didn't really. I mean, it didn't even attempt to bother me until other YouTubers kind of influenced that, and I'm like, maybe that is the right way to go about it. But who cares? It's a movie. It doesn't matter. He's still killing people wearing a Michael Myers mask. It doesn't really matter as long as we get good Dr. Loomis, which we do in this movie. Dr. Loomis is fantastic. Great kills. The hot tub kill, iconic kill in this movie.
Michael gets his fingers sucked.
Yeah, he does, and she doesn't even taste the blood all over him or notice he has a long sleeve shirt on when he was just naked. But whatever, she doesn't know any better. Yeah, it's definitely raising for me. It's not The Devil's Eyes for me. I would probably put Halloween 2 in double scoops for me. But let me close out the Halloween H20 one because that one is decided. You kind of figured to go. And H20 lands in double scoops, 58% to 42%. So double scoops for you. And next, oh God. I'm not really much to talk about the next movie we're gonna do, but it is what it is. I'll put the poll in the chat for Halloween 2. And up next, I don't think you guys can see it because I gotta lower the screen. Up next is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So good for me.
You go first on this one.
Me? Ugh. Okay, let me pop this in the chat for H2. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Okay. Went to the theater to see this one. Got out of school, got out of class. Went to go see it because I liked the first one at the time. And then I went to see this movie and I said, what the fuck is this? This is not my Michael Myers at all. I don't know who this one is. He wears a coat and he doesn't have his mask on half the time. So that's kind of weird. But then again, maybe the original Michael Myers didn't have a mask on half the time and we just didn't see him. So we don't know. But I'm not the biggest Rob Zombie guy. Even though I do have pretty much every one of his movies. So that kind of makes me a hypocrite. But yeah, kills are brutal. I like the kills. Obviously the best scene in this entire movie is when Brackett finds Annie's body. Obviously, best scene in the movie. Probably one of the most dramatic scenes in the entire franchise, if we're being honest. Acting was fantastic. Brad Dourif is awesome, obviously. But other than that, if I'm going to do a marathon for Halloween, I'm not going to watch this one. I'm not going to put this in. I'm not going to put in Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 either. I'm not going to put it at the bottom of the barrel. For me, I would put Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 in You Don't Know What Death Is. But I would put it above Resurrection because I do enjoy it more than that.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it sounds kind of cliche to say, but I really like the hospital scene. That's great. I mean, I like Halloween 2, so I like hospital settings for my horror movies just in general. But yeah, fun kills there. There are, in my opinion, too many dream sequences. I'm like, what is this? Inception? What are we doing here? You know, is this a Christopher Nolan film? But yeah, and we do follow basically Forrest Gump in a Halloween movie. Like, where are we going? I just felt like running. What's the plan here? And also, I mean, when you have to add a paragraph at the beginning of your movie to explain what's going to happen in your movie,
it's not good.
In a Halloween movie, it might be a little bit too much that you're going for here. You know, the white horse stuff is, it's a little weird. I don't think Rob Zombie's wife is the greatest actress ever. And she doesn't really do much in this movie. I think she might even be silent in this whole movie, actually, now that I think about it. But we do spend a little bit too much time, in my opinion, on the whole Loomis book thing. But everything that goes down at that strip club that's pretty entertaining too. Like, Myers is brutal in that scene. I think that's fun. But I really like the era of Derek Mears, Tyler Mane, Andrew Brudzinski from the Texas Chainsaw remake. The big, just brutal version of those characters. I really like it. It's scary. So yeah, like some people said in the chat, Tyler Mane is damn good in both of these movies. There are moments where the mask is really cool too, where it's kind of worn, but like you said, it does feel a little weird at times though when there's no mask. That's weird for a Myers movie. Some of the trauma stuff is, I think, good, and I think hit home for a lot of fans of the franchise who also have some trauma that they're dealing with. Laurie, though, probably spent a little bit too much time screaming constantly for me, but also a little weird. I can't lie. You know, a character who's so iconic in the franchise, you know, Jamie, earlier in the franchise, who's well known for playing a child, and now she's going to be the one just getting naked. I don't know.
That's a good point.
Feels a little weird as like a choice, you know. But that death, like you said, the death, that's a big scene. That's impactful without a doubt. I would have Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 in You Don't Know What Death Is as well. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me go ahead. Would you put it before Resurrection or after?
I was thinking about that. It had the kills are way better than Resurrection.
Yeah.
And Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It's definitely way scarier. There's no debate there. Man. That's hard to say. Yeah.
I think it has to.
Yeah, I'd probably put it above Resurrection, probably. But
all right. Let me end the poll for the original Halloween 2. And we have 54% for double scoops, 46% for the Devil's Eyes. So Halloween 2 is going up to we'll definitely put that ahead of H2O. I'm just gonna make the judgment call on that one.
Ooh.
Unless you don't agree. You don't think?
Is it above H2O?
Yeah, in double scoops.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're right there.
I definitely agree. Yep.
Where'd it go? Courtney Reed, my man. Thanks, buddy. Gifted a channel membership. Appreciate you always dropping in and doing that, buddy. Really do appreciate all your support. So went to Big Rod. So Big Rod, you are now a channel member, buddy. Thank you. I will add your name to the card, my good man. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Court. And obviously for the Patriots, turn your porch light off because they're not good. I just wanted to let you know that, Court.
Yeah, they made another quarterback change. So
wait, did they go to Drake May yet, or they got somebody else?
No, they're going back to Drake. Yeah.
Oh God, I wouldn't put him in there yet. They're not ready. They're bad.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. They want to try to get him ready for the future, but he should sit behind Brissett. Just let him chill. Just let him chill and learn. You know.
I just don't think they're gonna go anywhere this season. So let them learn.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
No, they don't have enough playmakers to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, the running back's good. I do like him, but other than that, nothing. All right, next up. Okay, this is a good one. Halloween 2018, and then I will let you go first on this one.
Ooh, 2018. All right. So, yeah, 2018, best movie in the trilogy for them, in my opinion, by a mile. I really like 2018 a lot. Like I said, though, the Laurie thing doesn't make any sense. Since you have ends, if ends didn't exist, it makes a little bit more sense that Laurie is kind of the way she is. But some people say, oh, she only had a few friends get killed a million years ago, 40 years ago, or whatever the hell it was. Why would she be that traumatized? And, I don't really have too much of a problem with the way they portray her in 2018. But yeah, I mean, James Jude Courtney, our first introduction to him as Michael Myers, is his best portrayal in the three movies, in my opinion. He's great in this. I like that the kill where he kills the podcasters in the bathroom and all that, puts the teeth over into the toilet stall. That's fun. I really like the end of 2018. It's like a cat and mouse kind of game inside of the house. That's fun. Really creepy. trying to think of some of the moments that are like a little bit stupid. I really like 2018, so there's not a lot of them, but the music's great. It definitely has more of a, 1978 original Halloween 2 type of a feel tone to it, which I
Mhm.
love. That's awesome. The kills are really good. Um, yeah. I would have, man, yeah, 2018 is just it's a damn good movie. It is a damn good movie. Would I have it in double scoops? 2018 is kind of a tough one because I don't like it as much as the original Halloween 2. Do I like it as much as I mean, I put H2O in Devil's Eyes. So do I
Yeah.
like it as much as H2O? Man, I think I do. I think I would put 2018 in Devil's Eyes as well.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be good because this one is not gonna have to go to a chat vote because I would put 2018 in the Devil's Eyes. Absolutely love it. Obviously the build up for it was fantastic. It's whenever I first really started watching YouTube a lot, so finding these channels and watching all their Halloween 2018 content kind of drove me to starting this channel in the first place. So that also adds a little bit of something special for me personally. And after coming off of Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2, and then we get this with an amazing Myers, an amazing mask. Um, Jamie Lee's back, John Carpenter's back with the music, which is out of this world. Um, I loved it. It took it back to basics. It wasn't anything crazy. Um, I know a lot of people thought they played it too safe by doing this. What do you want them to do? Did
Yeah, you
it
want
come
him to go
back
to
and give us
space or something?
Come back and give us Halloween Ends right off the bat, and then they'd be like, "Wow, this fucking blows," and they wouldn't care. But people will go see Halloween movies. They will go, like you said, if a Halloween movie comes to the theaters, people will go see it. It doesn't matter. They will go see it. Halloween Ends, people didn't like it, but it still made over $100 million. So it still made money. This 2018 made over $250 million. People loved Halloween 2018. And it's certified fresh, if I'm not mistaken, on Rotten Tomatoes. Um, you know, it's the critics liked it. The majority of the fans liked it. The kills were great. Great, get to meet some new characters, new high school kids, obviously Allison and her friends. Get the little kid Julian, who's up late cutting his damn nasty ass toenails.
Hey, Julian's great, man.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
you're
He's
gonna
like
die.
he's like Reggie from Friday the
Yeah.
13th Part 5.
um,
Like
yeah, it's
just good
good.
characters.
You're totally getting dry
So,
hump tonight. That's what kids said back in 2018, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird thing to say, but no nudity in this movie, so maybe that's why. Because if it was in the 80s, they'd be getting naked. There'd be no dry humping. That'd be straight up doing it. Um, what the fuck? Why can't I think of his name? What the hell's the cop's name? Why am I blanking?
oh,
Um,
I
yeah.
am as well. Will Patton.
Yes. Yeah. Will Patton's character, which for some reason I can't think of his fucking name. That makes people think I really don't know the movie very well, which I do. But I can't think of his fucking name for some reason.
The actual cop? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yep. It's on the tip of my tongue too. I'll just look it up.
You're gonna be pissed.
Hawkins,
Damn it.
Deputy Frank Hawkins.
Yeah. What an idiot. Yeah, I liked
He's good
I like
in
yeah, he's
2018.
good. Dr. Sartain, obviously that might be the only downfall of this movie for a lot of people. Because we didn't know where that was going, and then he put on the mask, and you're like, come on, please no. I mean, you can't really deep down think that's how it was gonna go. No, they wouldn't do that. Overall, I love Halloween 2018. So it's about a 4.5 out of 5-star movie for me personally. So it's going in the Devil's Eyes. There's no argument. And there it is. The Devil's Eyes gets his first movie, Halloween 2018. Let's see.
There we go.
Next up.
Isn't it
Okay.
crazy that 2018 was made for like 10 million, maybe 15 million? Kind of crazy, man. Do you know how much money or do you know how much the budget was? You might have never even seen this movie, but do you know how much the budget was for the second Blair Witch movie that was released in 2000?
Why do I want to say I've seen it, but why do I want to say like $30 million?
Oh, geez, thank God it was not that much, but
Okay.
I think it was 15 million in the year 2000 for
You
that
think
movie.
that?
And you would watch that movie and you'd say like, "Ah, this was made for like a million, or something." Crazy.
15 mil. I haven't seen that movie in years. I wanted to rewatch it, even though I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I do want to rewatch it. It's acid trippy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, it has some charm for me. There's some charm to it. Like it's a movie you can laugh at.
Well,
So,
then, if you can laugh, it's a good time. What's up, Dave?
yeah.
How you doing, buddy? Um. Oh, next up, I think we're gonna get our second, you know, movie in the Devil's Eyes. The original Halloween '78 is next. Unless you want to put that at the bottom, it's up to you because the bottom is lonely. There's no movies in it. Y- Yeah, we're
Do
gonna
you
put in.
want
You
me
really
to
don't know much about Halloween. That's where it's going. Fuck it. It's the
Yeah,
worst.
fuck it. Yeah.
It's the
Let's
worst.
let's rile some people up, man. Let's
Hey,
let's
there's some.
be like one of those YouTubers that's like, "You know what? The second Joker movie? I think it's the greatest movie ever."
They're out there. I think. Unfortunately, I didn't
I haven't
see it.
even seen I haven't even seen it, but it
Yeah, I
looks
saw your.
terrible.
I saw your Instagram post. You're like, I really don't care. I I tried to watch the first one. I didn't even finish it. I was like, this isn't my kind of movie for
Well,
me
dude,
personally.
yeah, I mean, well, I have a Regal pass because I have a Regal theater near me, so I watch unlimited movies. So I go to the theater a decent amount, a few times a month at least, and they have played the trailer for that movie for so long, and every time I see it, I'm like, this looks terrible. But
Yeah,
anyways, that's a tangent. Let's move
it's a
on to
it's
Halloween
a musical,
1978.
and people are like, I didn't know it was a musical. They pretty much said it.
I mean,
Like when it was coming
it's
out, they
got
said it.
has Lady Gaga in the movie.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Most of I've seen terrible, but then I have seen a couple of reviews that say it's really good. But I'm not gonna see it, so I don't care.
And musicals can be really good. There's a lot of musicals that I like, but it just looked like a dumb movie.
Joker fully ado. Yeah,
But
Halloween
yeah,
'78. We
78.
we don't. Yeah, it's classic. Donna Pleasance is great. John Carpenter's great. Myers is great. I don't really know.
It's never
Music's
been
great.
talked about before on
Yeah,
YouTube.
this is one of those where there's not really much to say.
We're kind of breaking the mold here. I do think do you think 78 is a little overrated? Like
No.
people just I'm not saying it's not a great movie
Yeah.
or important or amazing, but I feel like people when they rank the franchise, they feel like maybe some people are afraid of getting hate or something like
Put it
that.
anywhere other than one.
Anywhere but number 1, you know?
Um, my when Halloween 2018 came out, and for about a year after, I had Halloween 2018 as number one, and then I
Nice.
had
Yeah.
78 as two,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
you know, I changed it back probably because peer pressure, but I did change it back. Um,
I mean, like, if you're somebody who really likes brutal kills, like you're a huge Friday the 13th guy, or you really like Halloween 2 or whatever, I could see somebody like that bump 78 below something else, like just
something with more
barely by a
kills, more
hair.
gore.
Because it's more of a, it's more of an atmospheric movie, 1978, But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I would have it in double scoops, but there are times where I prefer Halloween 2. I think
yeah,
Halloween
I
I
hear
think
that a lot.
Halloween 2 has more rewatchability for me. But
That I can agree with.
just because I think Halloween 2 is a little bit more like fun.
And Halloween
Like there,
78 is serious and
there's kind of yeah, it's Halloween 78 is very, very serious. It's also not even shot. It's also shot in the summer,
yeah,
the whole movie. So I mean, but anyways.
you're not
Anyways,
wrong.
it's still, like a 10 out of 10 movie.
So Halloween, The Devil's Eyes, before
Sorry. Yeah, Devil's Eyes. Did I say double scoops? I meant the Devil's Eyes.
before Halloween 2018. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Oh, okay, this is an interesting one. Halloween Kills, the
This is going to
sequel
be interesting. I
to
can tell.
2018. Okay, now this is a movie I was pumped to go see, obviously after 2018. Saw it, left the theater, said, "God, that fucking sucked." I asked my wife. I said, "What the hell was that? I don't understand what we
Did
just
she go
watched."
with you?
Yeah, she did. And
Nice.
whenever he popped up behind Karen at the end, and I was like, "What is going on here? Why? Where did he come from?" And he just magically pops out beside her. Hello, and then I was like, "Yep, I'm done. This movie sucks." And then, okay, it was on Peacock at the same time. So, we went home. Wife fell asleep. Popped it on again. Had a lot more fun with it the second time, and the third time, and the fourth, and so on. So it has risen for me drastically. Kills are great, obviously. Gets the name Halloween Kills because of the kills, which there's a shit ton, and they're cool. Mask is great. The burned up look looks really, really cool. Looks even better in this one than in 2018. Soundtrack still amazing as well. You got Tommy. Evil dies tonight 46 times. Doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people. I mean, it is kind of cheesy and gets a little corny after a while, but it doesn't bother me that much. In the flashback scene, brilliant. I'm surprised they did as good as they did. The Dr. Loomis that they found did a pretty damn good job. Pretty damn good job with the prosthetics. Christopher Nelson with the special effects in this movie are great. For me, I would put Halloween Kills double scoops for me.
Ooh. That's high, my friend. That's quite high. Yeah, there's so many people who have Kills top 3 in the franchise. There's a lot of people that really, really love this movie. I'm like you. The first time I saw it, I was like, I hadn't seen any reviews. I hadn't watched any YouTube videos, so my feelings were not influenced at all. I just watched it, and I was like you. I was like, man, that was not very good. That was weird. Like something just felt off about it.
Mhm.
The dialogue, this is just kind of my immediate reactions. The dialogue felt, I was kind of just like, who's writing this? This feels so weird, especially after 2018. But I will say with Halloween Kills, it has some of the best Halloween vibes in, do I want to say the franchise? Maybe the franchise, but definitely out of the 3 movies, just as far as Halloween goes. You know, you got the flashback. There's a lot of moments with trick-or-treaters in that scene. Even Big John, Little John, they got trick-or-treaters going to their house. So we're seeing a lot of that and that whole deal. Yeah, great mask. Once again, burnt up, like you said. Even though, I mean, all that ammunition and guns and whatnot in that basement on fire would have probably exploded. So that doesn't really make much sense. But I think in this movie, I mean, in any movie, if you're doing this much fan service, you're having this many legacy characters who kind of don't do shit.
They don't.
You're trying to make up for maybe something that's missing from the movie. You're like, guys, come see this movie. It's going to have all, it's almost like you're going to a convention or something. Like there's just so many, people coming back and they don't really serve much of a purpose. Even Bracket is, we got it. Come on. We got to get the, like, what everybody's entitled to one good scare. Don't just stop.
He doesn't even know what that means.
Like it's cool that he's in the movie and I get it. He's retired now. He's a security guard. Like that makes sense. But yeah. A lot of people really like the firefighter scene, which I actually don't like very much. I think the kills, it's weird because the kills are fun, but
yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, that scene would have made way more sense for Tyler Mane's character. This massive, I mean, James Jude Courtney, I think, is still pretty tall. He's definitely bigger than Nick Castle, but I'm sure. But still, Tyler Mane, that makes sense. He would have just fucking wrecked everybody, all those firefighters, throwing them around. We get scenes like one of the firefighters is trying to spray him with the hose, and it clearly looks like it's like a drizzle. Like, come on, guys. And they're all lining up to take their turns. James Jude Courtney looks a little old with the choreography in that scene. And to me, like there's moments where he kind of looks a little hunched and he's moving. I don't know. I don't love that. I would have liked it way better if there was a ton of firefighters there and he kind of snuck out a back door and massacred like 2 of them as he's kind of sneaking away, and then he creeps off into the shadows. I would have loved that. The whole evil dies tonight thing. Yeah, not great. I don't mind the dialogue in Kills is terrible. I don't mind the whole mob thing though, because a lot of the people didn't even see the guy. I know, I get it. Like the guy looks nothing like Michael
Yeah.
Myers. He's like, short and fat. But a lot of the people didn't even see him, so that part I don't think makes too much sense. But yeah, it's kind of a crazy one. Halloween Kills, man. I would not have it in double scoops personally. I get people that love it though. I do, because there's a lot of things to like about it, but it's a little too corny for me. Little too corny. Which is okay if you're trying to make a movie that is designed for people like a Jason X, where people are just gonna
Yeah.
like have some beers, laugh, and enjoy it. I
Mhm.
would put Halloween Kills in. Man, oh, that's a tough one actually. These tier lists are hard. They're hard. I usually do rankings, but I like tier lists. It's fun, but they're kind of hard sometimes. But you don't know what death is. Do I want to put it there? I think I might. Yeah, no, I'll put it purely and simply evil, because I think like technically the way it's shot, the way the movie looks, the Halloween vibes, the way the kills are pulled off. That kill where the older lady gets the light bulb through her neck, that's brutal, and then her
Oh
husband gets
yeah.
stabbed over and over again. That's a good one. So I put it purely and simply evil. So
All right. So polls in the chat. Where does Halloween Kills go? Double scoops or purely and simply evil? Drop your vote. And we will move on to the next one while that waits. We got Halloween 4 from 1988. Halloween 4. A lot of people's favorites. A lot of people's, favorite sequel. Get the return of Michael Myers after Halloween 3. A lot of people love the bandage mask. A lot of people hate the regular mask that he uses throughout the movie, the
yep.
surprise finger in the butt mask. I like the mask. I know I'm on a little bit of an island with it, but I do like it. Kills are cool. Shoulder pads are terrible. I don't know why they gave Michael shoulder pads in this movie. It looks kind of a little ridiculous. When he's moving around on the roof and he's having like a really rough time up
Yeah,
there.
the roof's not a good look.
No, that's kind of terrible. Rachel, fantastic final girl. After she develops as a character from the beginning to the end, obviously, because in the beginning, you're kind of like, damn, that girl's a bitch. And then at the end, sacrificing everything to save Jamie. So we like it. Everybody loves Jamie. Everybody loves Danielle Harris. So, of course, she's a positive. After the first two Halloweens, I mean, Danielle Harris is fine. She's a B-level actress, if I'm being honest. But the horror community makes it seem like she's, yeah, that's just me, though, I guess. I don't know. I don't really hear too many
What do you
people talk
think
bad
about
about her.
what do you
She's
think
just,
about the very end duplicating young Michael Myers from the original with the clown?
it's good for, coming full circle if they would have stopped after 4. But obviously that, just like in H2O, the ending scene means nothing
They just threw it
because
away.
we had another movie and it had nothing to do with what happened in the end of 4. So
Yeah.
she was evil for 5 seconds. She got over it. She's good now. Okay. Whatever.
She killed her. Yeah, not a big deal. Who cares?
Fuck should have her. Just almost died, touched her uncle, and then was like, I'm gonna kill my mom. Cool. Yeah, but Halloween 4 is a classic. It's a must-watch every year. Do I want to put it up on the top level with Halloween 78 in 2018?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go. I would put Halloween 4 personally in double scoops for me.
All right. Yeah. I think you're pretty much wrong on everything you said, but let's get
Yes.
into it. I'm just kidding. No, I think it was well said. Yeah, great fall vibes. I mean, everybody talks about that at nauseum.
Fantastic.
The intro is great. I was born in Salt Lake City, so it was filmed in Utah. I think pretty much
Nope.
everything for the most part. I don't live there now, but so that's cool. That hits home for me. There's some things, a lot of stuff in the movie that I recognize from that town, which is fun. They do the whole let's bring the town together to take down Michael Myers, right? We see that in
Yeah.
Halloween Kills too. but it's a way better version of the town coming together, in my opinion. They do a good job with that. Just like some dudes who are drinking at the bar. They're like, "Yeah, let's go do it." That's kind of what would probably happen.
Reality, yeah.
Yeah, in reality. Yeah, Daniel Harris is great child actor, definitely. Rachel is really good. I like her a lot. The ending is really cool. I like the ending a lot. Michael is on the car throwing people around. It's like
Hell
an
yeah.
action. It's kind of like an action ending, which is unique for
Mhm.
the franchise. You got a car scene, throwing people all over the place. He like sticks his fingers into that one guy's neck.
Face.
Yeah, kind of similar to the intro when he gouges that one guy with his fingers. So yeah, they just liked fingers in this one,
I guess so.
I guess, apparently. But like you said, the mask is definitely growing on me in Halloween 4. I don't hate it. I would like to own a Halloween 4 mask, a really good one, but it's not the best mask in the franchise. Just the overall look of Myers, he looks like a dumbass. He doesn't look like somebody he doesn't look really that scary to me. But it's a fun movie. Is it my favorite in the franchise? No. I would have Halloween 4. Yeah, the bandage look would have been badass.
Looks.
I mean, if they had that throughout most of the movie, like that would have been pretty damn cool. The burns from everything. I would have it in double scoops for Halloween 4. For me, mainly just because of the overall. When did Halloween 4 come out? Late 80s, right? Like 89 or
88.
something? 88. That's a good era for this movie. I don't know. There's something about it. It has like a cool, just overall like vibe to it. So,
Wow.
yeah, I'd probably put 4 at double scoops.
Okay. Jamie Hart says Halloween 4 is the bottom of the barrel for her.
Oh, damn.
You don't hear that too often when it comes to that one.
Yeah, it's either in the like I usually see people put it in the middle or higher, and that's pretty much it.
It's never lower.
The Lost River Drive-In. What up, dude?
What's up, Nick? How you doing, buddy?
What up?
Finger in the booty mask. See, you know what's up.
Yeah,
Finger in the
man.
booty mask. All right, let's
I was
go.
doing it. I was doing it at the intro of the stream. Nobody noticed.
Couldn't see it. It was below the camera line.
Yes, sir. I don't even have pants on.
You don't have to. You never have to, unless you're standing up, which would just be weird. But you have to get up to grab something, and you have no pants on. Yeah, that'd be good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we did have a poll. Let me end the poll for.
Well, because did you say? What did you say for 4 again? Remind me. I'm old.
Double scoops as well.
Okay. Nice. Yep. So we agree on that. Where would you put it though? Would you put it? You'd put it above H2O. It seems like, wouldn't you?
Oh. Yeah, I still have it. Yeah, in my regular ranking, it is above Halloween H20.
Okay. Yeah, I would have it behind H2O, but that's just because I'm a weirdo like that.
What? Nick, wait. What in the fuck? What in the fuck? What? 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 Are you seeing Halloween Ends down at the bottom in the middle? Is that what it is? Because I know you love Halloween Ends just as much as I do.
He does. Yeah, I've seen him talk about Halloween Ends. He loves Kills too. You and him are on the same wavelength on that one.
Halloween Kills. 54% purely and simply evil. 46% double scoops. This chat likes you a lot more than me. Now, would you put Kills before Ends or after Ends?
Dude, that is probably the best question of this entire stream.
I'd put it
Holy shit. I'd put it after.
Story-wise, it's obviously has a story and Kills doesn't.
I'd put it after. Yeah, I'd put it after. The acting in Ends is way better, in my opinion.
Yes. Based the whole movie itself. This list is a crime. Well, Nick, this isn't. It is. I'm not picking these personally. And if me and him disagree, it's the chat doing it. So blame them, not me.
Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, exactly. If we disagree, the chat gets to choose kind of where it goes. So,
Buccaneer Bruce says Halloween 4 was the third Halloween I saw in theaters. It always sticks in the middle for me. I wish I would have seen it in the theater.
Just to clarify, so if we disagree, just to remind people, maybe if you just tuned in, if we disagree on one of the movies, the chat doesn't get to choose where it goes if it goes anywhere. they get to choose between our two
Yep.
choices. So
Yeah. So if me and Matt think it's crappy and the chat thinks it's good, oh well.
see, like for me, I have the original Halloween 2 and I have H2O at the top.
The top.
So,
Ooh.
but the chat disagreed.
Hey Nick, if you're still here, Nick, which you are, you're gonna like the next one because the next one is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, a
Good
classic.
old Halloween 5.
Nicolas Cage, baby, he's in this movie. He's killing people, slicing and dicing. Yeah, it's never tucked in his mask. He's lazy. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We get Tina. She's not that bad. We get the clown music for the cops because they're terrible at their jobs, which they say later in the movie. So they ain't lying. Yes, this is Dave. You're right. This is the giallo of the franchise. They got the black gloves. We don't know who that is, even though we know it's not Michael because he doesn't wear gloves.
I mean, maybe he does. It gets cold in Haddonfield.
Yeah, what's he do over winter? We don't know. We don't know what he's doing. Shoveling
sure,
snow to make a living.
I'm sure in the tunnels he was probably wearing some gloves, you know. So,
and yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else. Never mind. Halloween 5. Am I gonna skip it in a marathon? No, I'm gonna watch it. It has good fall vibes. I think I like the barn setting. That's kind of creepy when he's lurking in the shadows and the cats are there and Tina's like walking around. That's a good scene. I love
with the sheath thing, whatever that, you know.
I like whatever Spitz comes out and he's like, "Can I have her phone number?" I like that whole party vibe going on. That blonde girl's pretty cute as well, so that helps that scene as well. Loomis is drunk in this movie a lot, super drunk. One of the best lines in the franchise is in this movie, unfortunately. But it is what it is. This movie has
my heart.
I knew that hell would not have him. I'm gonna go. You don't know what death is. I gotta go. It would be above Rob Zombie's Halloween and Resurrection for me, but that's where it would go.
All right. Oh man, here we go. I mean, okay, so to me, the movie starts off. Actually, I think it's pretty epic. Like the whole sequence of some people don't like it; they think it's stupid and silly. But when Michael's kind of like falls into the river and the music kicks in, you get that whole moment. I think it's kind of cool. I like that. It's kind of epic. I also think, yeah, the mask in Halloween 5, especially when you compare it to like 78 or 2018 or whatever, like it's a weird looking mask. But I think it's weird in a creepy way. It's not weird in the way of like Halloween 4 where it just kind of looks awkward. I think it's a pretty good mask in that creepy kind of way. I don't like the whole thing where it's like Jamie can kind of see what Michael sees. That whole subplot of the movie, I think that is dumb. I don't like that at all. Yeah, Loomis not great in this movie, starting to get like just super crazy and all over the place, and like you said, drunk and kind of ridiculous, but gives us that classic line like you said. There's also, even though Michael does look creepy and in some scenes because it's kind of weird looking, there's some moments at the end of the movie where Michael just kind of looks like a dumbass. He's like, Loomis is like 15 feet away from him and he's just kind of like standing there looking around like a statue or something. Like, what are you doing here? Are you posing? What's going on here, Michael? Right. So that's always funny. He kind of looks like a dumbass a little bit. At the very end of the movie, okay, so everything goes down. I guess apparently there were some deleted scenes that maybe we'll never see about the whole jail scene, right? But at the end of the movie, like Jamie has been a character who is one of those kids. A big reason why we root for her is because she's pretty smart. Like a lot of times she's smarter than the adults, and she's a badass, great actress as well, and just a good kid character that you want to root for. But at the end of the movie, why does she go into the jail? She knows everybody's being massacred. She's just like, I'm going to go in and I heard cops have great donuts. Let's go check it out.
Eat them.
Like, what are you doing? So for her character, that's a weird choice. The cops also, like, she's at the house and the
Yeah,
cops, oh, there's like a tip that Michael's somewhere else, and they're
we're
just like,
out of
"Oh,
here.
peace." Even though they know, I think if I remember correctly, that Michael is coming for her.
Yeah,
So they leave one dumbass, one cop with him who doesn't do shit. So that's always kind of weird. We do get some good fall kind of atmosphere in this movie here and there, I would say. But Halloween 5, I like there's to a certain extent I like all the Halloween movies in the franchise,
yeah.
but Halloween 5 is probably my least favorite movie in the franchise. Yeah, it's probably I haven't done a full like ranking video on the Halloween franchise necessarily, but yeah, Halloween 5 is probably at the bottom for me, but I don't think it belongs and you really don't know what you don't know much about Halloween. I would put it at you don't know what death is behind Resurrection. So,
Okay, we agree on that one as well.
boom.
It is towards the bottom of my ranking as well. More nostalgia than anything. AMC Fear Fest, always on right after 4,
True.
obviously. So you'd
Yeah.
watch them back to back. It's just what you did, even if it wasn't the greatest movie. It's still Halloween, like you said. Even if it's a bad movie, you're still gonna watch it for the most part anyway.
When I go back and watch it, I think it's the most just boring. It's the most boring Halloween movie in the franchise. Like nothing stands out about it that's particularly like excellent, you know? Like at
No.
least in the Rob Zombie movies and like Rob Zombie Halloween 2, which we have pretty low. Like there's at least some badass kills in that movie, you know?
Yeah, this one's doesn't got it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay. So next up, the one and the only one that does not include Michael Myers. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. You got
Oh,
the
damn.
people that hate it because Michael's not in it. You got the people that don't care that he's not in it and they have a good time with it. I've never not liked Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I wasn't one of those people that didn't. Oh, Michael's not in this movie. No, I kind of figured he wasn't. I mean, it says right. No, the night no one comes home. I mean, it kind of gives it away that he's not in the movie. And if you watch the trailer, it doesn't show him in the movie. I don't think so. Don't really know why you would think he's in the movie. Colonel Cochran, one of the worst villains ever, man. He's trying to kill all those kids. He doesn't give a shit about those little kids. His speeches are great. He's like the evil Dr. Loomis kind of with his speeches, so I do like that. Tom Atkins, fantastic. Stacey Nelkin, great. Why would he want to be with his old ex-wife and kids when he could be banging a 20-year-old? He knows what's going down. He's in a different area code, so it ain't even cheating anyway. Just saying.
Is the wife watching?
Tom Atkins is great. Movie's great. It's not really. It's like a horror / sci-fi movie, obviously, with the robots and the androids, and we get Dick Warlock in here as one of the android guys. Soundtrack's cool. Tommy Lee Wallace did a good job. I just don't know if I want to put it in double scoops or purely and simply evil, though. I gotta go double scoops. I love Halloween 3. I gotta rewatch it here soon.
All right. Yep. Yeah, Halloween 3, man. I'm with you. Halloween 3 is one of those movies like I didn't watch until I mean a million years after it came out, of course, but I have, only over the last handful of years or whatever. I can't remember the first time I saw it. But anyways, and I tried to think to myself, okay, I know a lot of people are having like a lot of people are high on it, especially, in the YouTube community or whatever. So I always try to think to myself, do I like this movie? Is it being influenced because of what people say, or do I just genuinely like this movie? And I just genuinely really like this movie a lot. And there's a lot of things to just like about the movie, I think.
Mhm.
I think if it didn't, I mean, people have said this before, but if it didn't have Halloween in the title, I think a lot of the haters would just disappear completely. But yeah, I have no problem with it not having Michael Myers in it at all. Tom Atkins is awesome in this movie. He's great in this. He's just trying to get some ass, and shit happens along the way. And he's great in this. He's a legend, of course, in the genre. But yeah, the masks are cool. The whole story about a mask maker I mean, you got the whole Stonehenge thing too, which is a trip. But a
Yes.
mask maker who's trying to murder all these kids, like that's sinister and how it all goes down. Of course, at the end of the movie too, we get the, where the show is still going and Tom Atkins said, yeah, stop it, stop it. That ending, how it just cuts, one of the best endings in the franchise, in my opinion. Just an awesome ending. Easily some of the best fall Halloween vibes to it because it's all about Halloween masks and that type of time of year, which is great. I would say top 3 soundtrack in the franchise for me. I think the soundtrack is great in this movie. So damn fun. But man, what else do I want to say about Halloween 3? Yeah, like you said, it's got like a little sci-fi twist to it, a little witchcrafty twist to
Yep.
it. The robots is cool. That's a fun little twist that you don't mention. Like the beginning when that guy pours, what does he pour? Gasoline on himself and blows himself
Yep.
up. That's a cool scene, dude. Like, because the first time I saw that scene, I was like, holy shit, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, Season of the Witch, man, really fun movie. Great intro. Like, what's going on here? This guy is running with the awesome music, great ending. Overall, a badass movie. I would, at the very least, have Halloween 3 in double scoops. Oh man, do I want to put it higher than that though? I'll put it at double scoops.
Okay.
But it's teetering. It's teetering. Do I have it above Halloween? I mean, never mind. I have Halloween 2, the original, above it. But yeah, double scoops.
Double scoops. We agree again. Double scoops. Good. Chat. Chat actually a lot of hate for Halloween 3. So
Do you mind if we read some? Let's read some of the messages, and let's
I don't
shit
care
on
if
them.
I don't care if there's no Michael. It doesn't belong in the franchise. Plus, it's just a bad movie.
You got to say why. Come on, you're killing me,
I don't
Smalls.
think. F Bass says H3 is an okay movie, but has never and will never be in any Halloween ranking with the actual shape. I see that a lot. Some people don't like to rank it in the franchise. I get it, I guess. Halloween 3 is easily you don't know much about Halloween. I'd put Halloween 3 and you don't know what death is.
I'm jealous, Jamie. Jamie Hart saw it in the theater and at the drive-in twice.
At
That's
the
badass.
drive-ins.
That's badass.
Lucky. All right. Well, we didn't have to go to the chat for that one because we agreed. So it doesn't matter what you guys think, even though I do love and appreciate you. The last movie in the franchise we're talking about tonight is Rob Zombie's Halloween from 2007.
Boom, boom, boom. What a way to end this tier list.
Yeah.
Did you do that? You did that on purpose, huh?
I did not actually.
You wanted shit to just get wild.
I don't like this movie. I loved it when it came out. I saw it when I was in college, got out of class, went straight to the theater. The freaking opening when he kills the kid in the woods with the stick, I was like, I don't know, it made me feel some kind of way inside, and it was gross, and I feel bad. And then, yeah, I mean, the hospital stuff is cool, and then you just get a really, really fast paced, brutal recreation of John Carpenter's Halloween, which most people really, really do enjoy. I don't hate it. I don't like the beginning 20 minutes, like the majority of most people. The dialogue is terrible. Of course, he had to be white trash because that's all Rob Zombie puts in his movies for some reason. Scout Taylor Compton was fine as Laurie. I think more people like her in part 2 than 1. But she was good. Danielle Harris, seeing her back was nice. Like you said, though, it is a little weird that we're seeing her naked when she was a kid in the other movie. So that's kind of a little strange choice. Obviously, he did that to bring some OG Halloween fans in, obviously, even more because, we love Jamie Lee. We love Jamie in Halloween 4, so I get it. Dr. Loomis, he's great. Malcolm McDowell, I think, in this movie does a great job.
Agreed.
Sherry Moon, of course, because she's in every Rob Zombie movie because that's just the way it goes. She's fine, I guess. Forsyth was good. I liked him as Ronnie, little asshole in the beginning. He's the best part. But overall, for me, I'm not gonna rewatch this movie. I would just rewatch the original. This is an instance where the remake just doesn't do anything for me, and there's no reason to watch it. I have this one below Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So I I guess I'd go with You Don't Know What Death Is, but it would probably be last in there.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one thing I definitely like about Halloween from 2007 is I've already mentioned this, like, I like that era for the main villain in the horror movies, like Derek Mears, like Andrew Brzezinski from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, like, that's just that scary ass, big wrestler,
Mhm.
brutal. Like I said, Tyler Mane, like, if he was in that firefighter scene in Halloween Kills, can you imagine Tyler Mane
Whew.
going ham on 10 firefighters at the same time? Like, that would be badass. But it's like a very 2007 is like a very in your face, loud
Yeah,
Halloween movie, you know? Like when Michael's breaking the ceiling down and Laurie's
that's
in there, it's so loud and it's
drags.
in your face. Drags.
Drags on forever, in my opinion. I think that third act just lasts way too long.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I'm with you on that. I actually I think the mask in this one, not the clean version, but the rotten version you see
Uh-huh.
later on in the movie, it's one of my favorite masks actually in the entire franchise. It's
Wow.
not weird looking. It's not weird looking. It's not
No.
goofy looking. It's like it just looks solid and it looks pretty scary to me. One of my favorite masks. I got to get one of those. But yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, the white trash stuff. Like I know what you're going for here, Rob Zombie. We all do to an extent.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the end, I don't know. I want my Halloween movies to be entertaining. I don't mind if they're serious, but it's just, it's a bit much. I do like Scout as Lori. I think she's really good in this. Um, yeah, the new Loomis. You already mentioned that too. The new Loomis is really good, actually. I think he's a very good modernization of the character. I like how the kills are brutal and unforgiving, and the sound effects are perfect for that era. Like they're just crunchy and
Yeah, they are.
loud, and that's the thing that just comes to mind immediately. But
Crunchy.
yeah, the ending where Lori, like, shoots the gun and is freaking out and all that, with the swimming pool and all that. It's hit or miss for me. I'd put 2007 in. This is a movie I can rewatch, especially the second half of it. I think we spend too much time though in 2007, like interviewing young Michael, sitting down with
Yeah.
young Michael. Even that scene where he murders the nurse, I could do without that. Like I get how it works within his character arc, but
Mhm.
we're spending too much time with this kid. We should have moved on a little bit faster. Like we get it. We've already understood his childhood. Let's move on.
Yeah.
To me. But yeah, I would put 2007 in You Don't Know What Death Is. Man, do I like it though more than Halloween 2? That's a tough call because Halloween 2's got some cool scenes like the hospital and all that. Strip club.
Strip club. Ooh, Frankenstein. Ooh, scary
But yeah,
monster.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'd put it in, you don't know what death is. I've been trick
Okay.
or treated to death tonight.
Yeah, because they didn't answer the door for Lori 5 minutes earlier. To assholes. Um,
True.
yeah, so we agree. We agree on that one as well. Actually, surprisingly, we only needed to what for voting purposes. We only 4 times, I think, out of 13 movies. So that's not terrible. It's pretty good. Um, yeah, Courtney says this ranking is legit and good. We appreciate that. That's a positive for us. So thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
let's see the final. Okay, so let's see the final layout here of everything because it switched a little bit, but we've got
there we go.
yeah. I mean, obviously my personal would be a little different, but that's
Let me
okay.
see.
I think it's
Um,
pretty.
top two.
I think it's pretty solid.
I would. My only difference, I'd probably add one more to the Devil's Eyes, and everybody knows what movie that would be. And but other than that, everything else is
Yeah.
pretty much how I would have it. Besides Halloween Ends, I'd move it up to the Devil's Eyes because I'm weird, and that's where it'd go. But I'm not one of those. You know, there are some of them Halloween fans. It seems that are just like, I like the weird movies because I want to be different. So I like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and I like Halloween 5, and it's cool if you're genuine, but I don't. just trying to be different, I don't like that, because I do see a lot of people coming around saying, "Oh, I've always liked Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It's one of my favorites." Okay, is it really, or are you just saying that because it seems like a cool thing to do with some of the Halloween fans? But that's just me.
Yeah, there's nothing more annoying than somebody who's giving you that vibe of they're just trying to be a hipster, they're just trying to be different, or it's like as you
No,
get older, we're not young 18-year-olds anymore. It's like there's no reason to lie to ourselves. Like I'm going to tell you exactly what I like, and I could give two shits if you like it or dislike it. That's what I like.
exactly. That's
And if you hate it, like if I have I have H2O in the Devil's Eyes. Not number one, but I have it in the Devil's Eyes. If you have it last, that's cool. I have no problem with that at all.
no,
I think that's awesome.
nope.
So
Michael Joe, what's up? Doesn't bother to me. Like there's 13 flavors. 13 flavors of Halloween. You can pick your favorite, and we could totally hate it, and that's cool. We shouldn't all like the same one, except for probably the original, which most people do. But other than that, I mean, like what you like and stick to it. Don't switch it up like some people do and come back and be like, "Oh, I rewatched Halloween just because." Just say Halloween Ends is popular right now and be like, "You know what? I rewatched it. It's actually really good. It's one of my favorites." No, it's not. No, it's not. It might be, but it's probably not. Um, I've liked Halloween Ends from the beginning. I like 2018 from the beginning. The only one I changed my mind on drastically would probably be Kills out of any of them, and it's still top 7. It's not like top 3 or anything. It changes every year. I guess tastes change over time. I think Halloween Ends is going to become a hit eventually. Eventually, not now. Maybe in a few years, people will come around to it. It's kind of got that like Jason Goes to Hell thing. Like, just don't watch it as a Friday the 13th movie. Just watch it as its own thing. So if you just watch Halloween Ends as its own thing, maybe you probably enjoy it a little bit more. But then they got to bring Michael Myers back at the end, and then kind of ruins that aspect of it. But
well, it's like I always think it's funny the people who hate Halloween 3 and they don't think it belongs on a Halloween list or whatever. And I get that. That's cool. Have your opinion. And then love Halloween Ends. Like, what would you rather have? Michael not in the movie at all, or have Michael completely treated like shit in the movie? Which one? I don't know.
hey, you're just a man in a Halloween mask. That's all he is. Corey told us it must be a fact. Must be a fact.
Must be.
And
And
he
then
doesn't sit up.
I didn't even mention Corey. Like I didn't even talk about Corey enough. Probably.
Corey.
He's like, if no one can have Allison, if I can't have Allison, then no one can. Kills himself. Really?
What are you doing?
I'm pretty sure next week Allison is probably going to have a new boyfriend. So good luck with that.
No, yeah, that's true. I was hoping he didn't die, and at the end of the movie they kill Myers, and then they move the camera over to where Corey was, and he is gone. And then you could have started a whole new little spinoff with Corey being the killer instead, but they killed him for sure because he was still there.
Yeah, and he's a good actor. I would have liked to see him in more stuff.
And
they could have also done this thing where like at the end he kind of snaps out of it, and all of a sudden he's kind of like, oh shit, what am I doing? Why am I'm gonna attack my girlfriend's mom or kill her? And he kind of snaps out of it, and all of a sudden he's like maybe gonna be a good guy and help him against Michael, and then boom, Michael kills him.
That'd have been interesting too. No, they went the way they did. It's a very divisive film. It's probably like 50-50. There's not really people too much in between on it. So, but I've always been in the camp of enjoying it, so I can have it more to myself than if whoever doesn't like it. But wow, almost 2 hours. Good shit. That was a fun time, my friend. That was a good time. Anytime you talk about Halloween, I enjoy it. I was kind of all Halloweened out for a while. Obviously, Halloween Ends came out and just got a little. There was just fatigue set in of Halloween, but being October,
especially comments and all of that, it's just like the Halloween the Halloween fans are, they are passionate. It's exhausting sometimes, in a good way.
At least they got some passion. But now we need some other movies to come back, like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, and pump up those movies now. It's time for Jason to come back, even though who knows? Who knows?
Please. So do you think Halloween should sit on the shelf for a little bit and kind of cool off? Because like Scream, Scream did their thing with Radio Silence, and they're back. They're just like, boop, they're back. Then like, what? It's going to be a year and a half later.
Yeah.
Kind of surprising to me after all the drama.
Now, 2025 will be 3 years. I don't know, either 4 or 5, and then maybe give it another year or so. Get ready to pump some. I know they're talking about the TV show. I don't know how that's going to go or what it's going to be about. I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it. So, but movie wise,
hopefully they won't go. What was it between? Hopefully they don't go 9 years like they did with, Rob Zombie in 2018.
Yeah, that's
that's kind of a while.
We're gonna bring back Jamie Lee Curtis for 55 years, and she's in a wheelchair now. Like, wait, what? She is? Yes, a power chair, and she's escaping him down the street. And yeah, he's walks, so he's slow. So it makes sense.
She'll take Brackett's job at the hospital.
They'll just turn to the left and they'll zoom into her nameplate and it'll say Laurie Strode.
Oh my God.
And she doesn't do anything. It was the boogeyman. It was, you're dead. And they kill her right there. That's the end of that's how it goes down. No, she's not gonna do it anymore. She's done, I hope. But yeah, that was a fun ass stream. Appreciate you taking time out of your day to come on here and hang out and talk some Halloween and tear it up with me. It was a good time. Chat was very interactive. Always appreciate that very much. Thanks for voting in the polls. What do I got coming up next week? Continuing Slashtober Slasher Showdown tournament. 16 movies left, so going to dwindle that down to 8. And then on Tuesday, Little Giants celebrates its 30th anniversary. Not that probably anybody in the chat gives a shit about Little Giants, but going to be doing a watch along with Cody from Dude Who Loves Movies. So we love that movie very much. I grew up with that movie, and my kids play football now, so it definitely hits a little different.
With their big ass helmets.
Yeah. Wrap them in bubble wrap and shit. Yep, that's what we got to do. So that'll be coming next week as well. And until then, go check out Mad Blood and watch all of his content and like every video and comment. That's what you got to do. That's your goal. The goal for till next week.
Do it. Yeah, no, thanks, man. I really appreciate you having me on. It was a lot of fun. Had a great chat. Always fun to talk Halloween. Whether we disagree or agree, it's great. Love it. So thanks so much for having me on, man.
I appreciate it, man. We'll have to do this again in the future for sure. Everybody have a good night and get ready to go see Terrifier 3 this weekend. Besides me and Matt, because we probably won't be going to see it. So everybody else,
don't pass out, guys. Don't throw up puke. Now.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Eat the popcorn first, then you'll have a bag to throw up in. That's just a suggestion. Yeah, have a good night, everybody, and I will see you next week. See ya.